Dude.
Opposite of vibey win. Oh, sweet and sour all in one.
Delicious.
It is unbelievable. We are in the Toyota Winners Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota Stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR.
Neat.
We're also presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app and use that code DNVR365 when you sign up. Choose your offer and find out whatever the moment. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Dev, how'd we do tonight?
We do like we do every night. We make some money.
Well, you had Yoke triple-double. That hit in like 18 minutes or so.
Yeah, I said he was going to get it quick.
You did say that. He got it quick.
Yeah.
Kept
and
going.
our lock hit, of course.
Our lock hit as well. Man, we did good.
My parlay hit. Do we care about that?
Yeah, we care about that.
Let's go.
I got Harrison Wynn with me.
I was just down in the bar, man. A lot of people are talking. You know, there's a lot of chatter going around. People are saying Project Dynasty might be back on the menu. It might be back. That's what people are saying.
The chatter.
Oh my God, D-Line Cohen's in the house.
It was hard to ignore that chatter. I myself heard it. Listen, guys, we're enjoying our lives tonight. What a beautiful win! In that it was a win. You know what I mean?
A win. It really
so
was.
Good.
Superstar Dev over there.
I was making a stand tonight. If we would have had to go into the losers lounge, I was not going.
You were going to go home.
Not going in that
Three-person show.
We couldn't find Dev for a while just before the show. Just FYI.
I arrived.
The Nuggets get the win 121-119 over the Toronto Raptors. Somehow. I really do. I think it sums it up that this was an awesome game for a horrible game. It was an absolutely horrible game, but somehow ended really interestingly. And it had interesting stuff throughout. Let's do a fast breakdown. Nuggets, incredible energy to start. Do you guys remember the first 4 minutes, how good Denver looked?
Incredible.
Yes.
They had to call a timeout.
Oh, yeah. I put out a tweet that they were cooking.
They were cooking. And after that timeout, 3 straight turnovers. The Nuggets ended up getting 12 turnovers in the first quarter, and Aaron Gordon went back to the locker room. So it was like the first 4 minutes awesome.
I forgot about that.
After that, wasn't very good. DeAndre Jordan was in. We wondered if he would play again. He did. And then Russell Westbrook had a turnover. Do you guys remember the last possession? No shot clock. You get the last shot.
Yeah.
Russ had a turnover that went the other way for a layup. That was the ultimate, it can't get worse, and then it got worse. 37-34 Raptors. Zeke and DeAndre together. Very strange. Malone was wild in today. He threw out some weird combos. Their center
that was the lineup that almost made me end it.
They had a center of Jonathan Mogbo, 6'6", and Malone went with 2 bigs off the bench. Very strange. It was pure chaos. Then Julian was really struggling on defense. Some more interesting lineups, but the Nuggets just kept turning it over, man. Just turnovers every single time down the court. 64-59 Toronto. You thought, all right, Denver's playing terrible. It's only 5 points. Come out in the third quarter and reset everything. Opposite. Horrible start from Denver.
Yep.
Raptors immediately up 11.
Yep.
Michael Porter had 2 wide open threes, missed them both. Raptors scoring every time. Michael Malone called the first ever exasperated timeout.
Yeah.
That's a step up from a rage timeout.
A beleaguered timeout.
Beyond rage and just to resign to his fate,
he wasn't mad. He was just disappointed.
He was disappointed. Jokic came back in after that exasperated timeout, and I thought he had more effort. His effort, very inconsistent tonight. I mean, he was put up Wilt Chamberlain numbers and was awesome, but also some weird plays from him. But then Jokic and the young guys get to close the third quarter, and they stormed back, cut it to 2, 93. Cut it to 2 before coming out. 93-88 Raptors going into the final frame. Listen to this combo, guys. Westbrook, Strawther, Hunter, MPJ, Zeke to start the fourth.
Hell yeah.
Russ with 4 shooters.
What is going on?
We're experimenting. I like it. We're experimenting.
I do too.
It was very weird. Yoke did have to check back into the game, though, with 8:21 to go, which felt a little bit like we're abusing him a little bit. They fell down by as many as 11, but Pirtle fouls out, and the young guys get to close. Michael Porter and Jokic, along with Strawther, Christian, and Peyton Watson.
Project Dynasty.
Dev, they got some stops. They They played some defense in the clutch.
That's all it's about, is like coming up big when you have to. There was a lot of big plays at the end of this on the defensive end.
There were. At the end of the game, Julian did miss one free throw, so he goes 1 of 2 to put the Nuggets up 2. Kind of echoes last week's game in Toronto where Davion Mitchell missed a shot, and then that ended up dooming him, but not the case, as Denver got a stop in the clutch. A little short on details, but I'm telling you, the game was incredible.
There was a lot there.
There was a lot there. Let's get to our Red Hawk Roofing big takeaways.
Please.
Superstar Dev, start us off.
My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway is that I truly may have to replace my pacemaker. My heart is not doing well.
love you, Dev.
Everything is wrong when I'm watching these games now. We just played the funky music in this one.
Yeah.
And it's because maybe that's what big wins look like. That might have to be what we get used to for this whole year. And I really don't know if I can take it. I'm going to have to take some breaks and naps and do some breathing exercises. But, like, this was a game that a lot of players stepped up, and not the usual suspects. This was Yoke and the Pups, a different group, just doing whatever they could to win. They clawed for this one, and that was a resilient win.
Yeah.
The Nuggets season right now is just a constant back and forth between the Ben Affleck meme of him smoking and the tired worker at Popeyes.
Yep,
It's just going back and forth between those two every night.
That's also literally Jokic every time the camera
Yeah.
cuts to him. He's one of those. He's either doing that one.
That'd actually be a great graphic. Those two and then him.
God is testing Jokic.
The basketball.
The basketball gods are testing him to see like how much he can withstand.
He's withstanding quite a bit.
He really is.
My big takeaway,
Red Hawk Roofing.
my Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway is that, man, that was fun.
That was fun.
Listen, basketball is supposed to be entertaining, right? Like, it shouldn't just be something you can plot out and plan, and you know exactly what's going to happen, and this is supposed to do, and if they don't, and if that. That was amazing. Like, this is the type of game that reminds you, like, why this is so fun.
Yeah.
The Nuggets have, like, I think the Raptors are good. Like, Grady
They play
Dick,
hard. They play
Grady
hard.
Dick is really good. They had to figure some things out. Jacob Poeltl was incredible. He was Jokic-esque. He couldn't miss Jakob could not miss a shot.
Yeah, he could. He was on fire.
And the Nuggets actually had to withstand some pretty amazing play coming from the Toronto side again. They're still obviously figuring things out. We learn the same lessons every single year, but this is always Malone makes weird thing. He sticks with something too long. He's making adjustments. Yeah. We're figuring out, we still don't know what this bench is, but man, like, guys made very big plays in very big moments. Peyton Watson,
came
the
up
biggest
huge.
shot of his young career, probably. Christian Braun, Project Dynasty. The streets are talking.
I told you.
Fun, dude. That was a fun game.
talking.
This game gets me pumped up. This is fun, man.
You know what it is Nuggets fans want everything. They want the win. They want to be encouraged. They want, like, this game's not necessarily encouraging in every way because it was by the skin of their teeth, but it was fun, man, and there is some things to be encouraged about. What are you?
Well, my Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway is I love that Michael Malone rode with Project Dynasty down the stretch. You know, Peyton Watson, although he had an up and down game, it seemed like it finished up. You know, he had some mistakes early, came on strong in the second half, I thought. Julian Strawther, up and down as well. Christian Braun was solid, but I just love that those three were in there to close out a close game. And I was going through a whole range of emotions during this game. I was questioning if I even liked watching this team anymore. I was in a dark place, but
Should have come down with the people.
what this season is going to be about is these things. It's Project Dynasty closing a game. It's a huge game from a role player that you don't expect. While this team finds itself, we're going to find out a lot about these different guys that make up, the others after you go through like the core four of this team. So it's exciting in that way. And how the Nuggets closed out tonight with those young guys and all those guys making big plays in key moments of this game, you can reflect on that and say, like, wow, that was really fun.
It really was, man. And I'm with you guys. I've been on this one for like a week where it's like reset your expectations and you're going to have fun with this team because they're not good at the moment, but they can become good. And my Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway is tip of the hat to Michael Malone for closing with that group. First of all, what do we know? If you play with Jokic, your minutes are going to be better than if you don't play with Jokic.
Oh, yeah.
So getting Peyton Watson a steady dose. Now, was it only because Aaron Gordon got hurt? Probably. But nonetheless, he still did it. And I give him credit for it because Peyton Watson had a very uneven game tonight. But I love that he stuck with him and gave him an opportunity to make big plays, which he made a lot of them. I love that Julian Strawther, did he get absolutely torched on defense tonight? Absolutely. Did he miss up some key plays, including missing a free throw? Absolutely. But I love that he stuck with them. And then Christian Braun continues to play well. So for me, this was weirdly, last game they beat the Jazz by 20 points, and I felt like it was bad process. Yippee, you got to win over the worst team that was trying to lose. Tonight, you barely got by another bad team. But this one felt like you got something out of it. This was such a big game and opportunity for Christian Braun, for Peyton Watson, and for Julian Strawther, and even Zeke Naji, man, got out there for a little bit. And I just feel like you have to crawl before you walk before you run. And today, the Nuggets, for the first time this year, it felt like they actually crawled.
Yeah, this game was about the young guys and just trying to find something that's stuck. Really, these games are about the silver linings when you're down multiple players. Where you could try to find something. There was multiple guys that stepped up in this game that haven't been able to get that opportunity because there have been starters. Zeke Naji, Peyton Watson, Julian Strawther. They haven't had the opportunity, especially early in the season, to be able to make these type of plays. And you now get to see something like early in the season that you could go to later, or you could put yourself in these type of scenarios where they are able to step up. Like that was a win that the Nuggets needed, but that was a win that Malone needed to see for, like, I have guys on my team that I could go to. So, really, that was great to just know what you have there.
For sure. Yeah, I mean,
To go back to what Adam was saying about Michael Malone, though, and him riding with those guys down the stretch, I give him a lot of credit, like, not just in this game, but this season. He's been quick to adjust on the bench. He's thrown different lineups out there. He hasn't stayed with the same bench for 2 games in a row.
It's true.
And you can't say that about how he coached the second unit last year. So he's mixing things up way more already this year than he did last season. He's experimenting more. He's going with different lineups that didn't play at all last season. These are all things that we wanted him to do heading into the year. And, we'll see. We'll see if they land on a okay bench. I don't know if they will. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But at least they're trying. At least they're throwing different guys out there and trying to land on something, and you got to give them credit for that.
I really think they're going to. I mean, the problem is that they had so many unknowns, and Peyton Watson just came back. He didn't have any lead up time coming into the season. This is the first game that Peyton Watson looked even competent, and he had really high moments, and he had his share of moments where you're like, come on, man, or like
had some tough ones for sure.
But they were counterbalanced and even outweighed this game, I think, by the high moments, and that's the first time I felt even like remotely confident with him doing anything on the basketball court. And like you see he makes 3 or 4 big blocks where you're like, oh my God, yes, there it is. Or he's able to be put on, either Grady Dick or the Canadian, what's his name?
Barrett.
RJ Barrett. And like lock him down in a sense and like be a defensive stopper. And so it was amazing to see. So to me, it's like the bench they haven't had complete pieces to be working with. And now it's like, if these guys start playing, like the answer becomes a lot more clear, more quickly.
I think Michael Malone was impressive in this one because he had to coach in ways that he typically doesn't,
and hates doing.
Like he had to adjust. Like in this game, Aaron Gordon went down very early, 5 minutes into the game, and now you have to find backup center minutes. He threw a DeAndre Jordan in there. He found minutes for Zeke Naji. It's just buying those minutes that you can't keep him out there too long. But it's extended minutes from the bench and trying to, see what sticks. Again, he elected to not go with Dario Saric, and that's a decision that he made and he stuck with. But I really do think that he was just maneuvering and running plays. There was turnovers that kept happening. He coached through it. So, like, this was a game that I felt like Malone had to step out of even a bit more.
I think it was great for him. And I want to go back to Peyton Watson here because that might – I'm trying to think, and I'm sure I've forgotten, and people will help me remember, but that might have been the first big shot, not even first big shot of his career.
Well, he hasn't been in many situations to take them.
That's exactly right. Like, he hasn't been in late in the fourth quarter. So to get a shot that was you're down, if you miss it, you stay down. If you make it, you go up. That's a big pressure cooker shot. And for him to knock it down, I honestly think it was he started the game as horrible as possible. Yeah. Like, he had some horrible plays right out of the gate, and you thought, oh my God, this is going to be a disaster. Fought through it. And then by the time he got to the end, he was making plays, had a little bit of confidence. But to knock down the first ever clutch shot that I can recall him having, that's huge for him. And I have to imagine it's going to be a confidence booster for him in this next game.
And what about him knocking it down after he let that crazy pass from Jokic
go through his legs?
Go through his legs, I guess. Yeah, yes. Where he was in the dunker and Jokic just threw that wild pass to him. To forget about that and then line up, catch the seams and swish that three.
Dude, and those are the shots. Those are the shots that people miss when you have way too much time and you can think about it. Like that one where it got to him and I was like, oh my God.
Same. I had no confidence he was going to make that.
And he just stepped up and more often than you'd be surprised how often an NBA player misses that shot.
Totally.
When I used to go to games all the time, I would just every time a guy would catch it wide open with dribble and shit, I'm like, that's gonna brick every time. That was massive. My heart grew 3 times that moment when he hit. It did. Yeah. It was. I was with Dev. I was like, I got to get out of here. I can't do this.
Your pacemaker.
My pacemaker exploded. My voice was breaking down a 3rd time. And when he hit that, it's like, you know what? Everything's going to be okay, guys. Yeah. It's all going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. With Peyton Watson, most of the time, shooters, they have to see one shot go in before they get some type of momentum going or, get their legs under them or just get that confidence going. When it turned around for him, because he was playing really bad in this game, he got a block.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Once he got the block, it loosened him up. He's like, I'm going to make bigger plays now. I'm going to get more active. I'm going to run on the breaks. And then he started getting multiple blocks. He had 3 blocks in this game.
2 steals, 3 blocks.
Couple of deflections in this game. But it started with the defense that opened up the rest of his game. And then he's able to play a bit more. He got the start. He got to play in the second half because of that. And then he gets to close and makes a big play. So do the things that are going to keep you out on the court, and then the other things that fall into place.
I want to pull on that thread even more, but we got to take a break. On the other side, this is a big game for Peyton Watson, so we're going to talk about him. And then Christian Braun, he's just a scorer, you guys.
I know.
He's a scorer that plays defense, man. 17 points. That's every game. We'll get to that on the other side.
Coach Prime, he wants to help you and other Coloradans be your healthiest selves as the Chief Motivation Officer of UC Health's Ready, Set, Go Challenge. The goal of the challenge, really simple. Let's get Colorado back to its rightful place as the healthiest state. Very excited to partner up with our friends over at UC Health. Here are some things to keep in mind from Sleep Prime. That's what he's going by. Sleep Prime. 8 hours of sleep, that's the magic number.
You got Sleep Prime. I'm all over it.
Yeah. You got this part down?
Well, actually, it's a little late.
Oh, okay. If you don't get a good night's sleep, maybe try a sleep app. I will tell you, when you're in your deepest sleep, how long of a sleep you have, how many times you wake up, that kind of stuff. Put your phone down when you go to bed. If you want to join UC Health's Ready, Set, Go Challenge, it's really easy. You click the link in the show notes or go to www.uchealth.org/ready, set, go. Let's get Colorado back to its healthiest, or to its rightful place as the healthiest state in the country. Also, shout out to Toyota. We're here in the Toyota Lounge. The Toyota Winners Lounge, of course. And Toyota is the official vehicle of DNVR. Toyota, they got everything. They got trucks. They got SUVs.
Got winners lounges.
They got the iconic 2024 Land Cruiser, the 2024 Tacoma. They offer 17 models with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. Very important for the weather that's heading our way maybe this week. They also offer more low and zero emission vehicles combined than any other automaker. 16 different hybrid vehicles to choose from, like the Tundra iForce Max Hybrid truck. So visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota, and Boulder.
Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mount States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of the Denver Nuggets and the official vehicle of DNVR.
All right, back here, segment 2. Do us a favor, throw us a like. Also, just so you know, tonight is the last night, or is it? I don't remember what it is. But
Tonight's the last night.
Tonight is the last night that you can become a DNVR diehard. What does that mean? It means you get access to all of our written content. I just did an episode of The List earlier today, was it?
That was earlier today on Christian Braun and his offense.
What a freaking long ass day this has been. That feels like 3 days ago. My life is rough at the moment.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, that's really tough. We also have grade pieces up. We've got all kinds of good stuff up on the website right now. You're not going to want to miss it. $4 a month, guys. It also supports us. It's the best. It's the easiest thing you do. Support us.
It's the last night you can get it at a discounted price. You
Correct.
can
Yes.
you can become a diehard tomorrow.
Actually,
but
you really want to support us.
you would be you'd be
Wait till
foolish.
tomorrow.
Right,
Just
right.
do it tonight.
Just do it tomorrow to make it even more. Back to Peyton Watson. 31 minutes tonight. I was going to look up while I throw it to you guys here how many times he had played 31 minutes in his career. I would bet not that often. But I really feel like Peyton needed one of these games. And it's funny because we talked at the beginning about does he want more of a role? Does he want this? I honestly don't think Peyton needs to worry about his offense and where he fits in. One, I hope he plays with Jokic because I do think that is going to help his offense naturally. But to me, he's going to earn so much if he just gets blocks, steals, and does those types of things. Like, they didn't drop a play for him to get a 3 in the corner. It just happened. He's going to get those. But he has to be on the court, and to be on the court, he has to do what he does defensively. And tonight, I felt like he locked in on that. Maybe it was the rough start that he's like, all right, I got to do something on defense. But once he did that, he looked like a great player.
Yeah, and that's how he can change a game. You know, we've seen it with him before. We've seen it last year. You know, some of those games where he had 3, 4, 5 blocks, couple steals, game-changing defensive plays. If he locks in that area, on that end of the floor, like he did in those games, like he can change the momentum and the feel and the whole tone of a game by, you know, a play here, a play there. Offensively, like he hit that huge 3 tonight. He can do some stuff on the offensive end. He can't really like change a game consistently that way. The way he can do that is on the defensive end, and like that's where he's special right now. Peyton Watson can be a special, game-changing, elite defender if he wants to be.
Yep.
And, you know, you see it in spurts, you see it in flashes. If he wants to be that guy, he absolutely can.
Yeah, this is a game that he can build off of, as well as just seeing what you did on this game defensively. He is such a disruptor that he really can change the outcome of the bench unit in that second unit. And this one, he got an extended look where they got to switch up the lineups and put him alongside other defenders. We haven't seen much of him and Christian Braun alongside each other, and they both had it going defensively at the same time, where they're just making plays happen. And then also you talk about them not running plays for him. Like, yeah, it's in the swing of the offense where Denver does so many things that it rotates to you being the guy that gets the open shot, or you making the cut and being able to finish it around the rim. He got to the free throw line a lot because he was making the plays in this one. So really, if you play hard on the defensive end, the offense is going to eventually come. And it came for him tonight, and he was efficient. He made the right plays and just continued to make plays even if things were going bad.
Yeah, like there was so much chaos in this game.
Yeah, it was a chaotic game.
There was this game was like the Nuggets were as anti like NBA trend as possible in this game. This game was for them was almost all runouts, driving the lane, like insane, like just chaos throughout. And a player like Peyton can really shine in that environment. Like he can crash the board.
Yeah.
He can run out. Like they were such a reflection of Russell Westbrook. I felt like in this game where people were just running out after every single play, and so many guys benefited from it. Like Julian Strawther got so many finishes at the rim. Peyton Watson got a few also. He missed another dunk, but like this is the type of thing where you can get your confidence going. This is where you're just getting in the swing of things. You're not waiting for plays to be drawn up for you. You're not just standing awkwardly outside of the 3-point line. You don't really know what your role is. Like they were just in like just absolute nonsense half the time. But can really thrive in nonsense. So the bench, I feel like the bench is just going to get faster and weirder as the season goes on.
Well, if they keep throwing out these lineups, you're probably right.
They're gonna, dude. I'm telling you, it's like all these young guys that just run now.
If you stay consistent with it, though, this is the worst they should look. Like, these guys should not get worse throughout the year. You play minutes and they get better, and that's why it's so important. And it's why the last game bothered me so much, is it was the Utah Jazz. That was a gimme game if ever there was a chance. But tonight you got it, so I'm gonna forgive it a little bit. But I just thought it was so important. And Peyton Watson, man, by the way, Herb Jones has a $54 million contract. He's going to get another one when that's said and done. Like, these guys like that mold get paid.
Sure.
They make money. You try to be an offensive player before. Like, right now, he can get paid. He's almost, he's not that far away from signing a new contract. Be that guy, you're going to get $50, $60 million.
Yeah.
Then, over the life of that contract, you can expand your other game, and then your minimum, you get another one of those $50 million, but maybe you raise that to $100 million. So I look at Peyton and I go, to me, it's so obvious what he needs to do, and it's defend and do those things. And tonight he did them, and he came up big. Christian Braun, though, we were going to talk about him. 17 points on 7 of 11 shooting. He finished at the rim. He knocked down another 3. The guy has a confidence about him that is unbelievable.
Those are
right
Wemby
now.
numbers, I'm telling you.
He's putting up Wemby numbers. Talk about a short wingspan. He's doing that on like 9 feet fewer wingspan.
He's beautiful. Dude, Christian Braun? We all like it. I guess Adam nailed it exactly, but playing this well, this confidently, finishing this strongly, like he's finishing everything. I swear to God, like I had that revelation last game. I was like, this is what you get if you play with Russell Westbrook and you're a player like Christian Braun. Like watching Russell Westbrook rub off on Christian Braun is insane. Like he's just charging the rim. He looks like a young Russell Westbrook. He's not he's not looking for cutesy little plays. Like he wants to. As soon as he took the soul of Rudy Gobert, it's just like something awakened in him, and now he's just charging the middle of the goddamn lane and like get out of the way, or there's going to be a foul. He's going to get to the free throw line. It's wild, man. It's not what I expected from him, and it's exactly what the starting lineup needs somehow.
On your Westbrook point, it's kind of like not everybody will be the first guy to like start a riot, but everybody has a number that certain people start to do it, they'll jump in. It's like Westbrook is the first guy, and Christian's like, all right, well, if he's going to be crazy, I'll be crazy.
Yeah, Westbrook's the one talking shit, and then Christian Braun's like, where are we going? Let's do this.
Yeah, let's go.
Somehow he has a chair in his hand. Christian Braun has like a really mature game right now. This is a guy that is not exploring his game whatsoever.
It's so true.
Like, he's not trying to break people down off the dribble. He's not trying to make the extra pass. He's not... Somebody told him, or he put it in his mind, I'm going to get downhill. I am going to shoot open shots when they come my way. Yeah. I am going to, hang my hat on the defensive end. That's what he is. He knows who he is. Like, I think that's what has made him be successful right now. Is he knows exactly what it is that he wants to do, and he's not going to try to anything else right now until he has to. His defensive play, like he strapped up Dick in the second half. It was pretty wild.
Jesus Christ.
He played really well in the second half on the defensive end.
That was the most egregious one of the night.
That was really tough.
It like barely made sense.
It doesn't even really, actually.
It just... He played well on that end of the floor.
You just had to stick it in there, right? All right, go.
By the way, CB also had a clutch 3. It wasn't as late as Peyton Watson who came after, but those guys both had huge...
No, that shot was crucial in the game because the momentum was going the other way.
Yeah.
He knocked down the shot to keep them in it. Say they went down and hit a shot, the game would have probably been over. But it was timely. And he makes timely basket after timely basket, and he really is finishing around the rim.
It's just his confidence, too. I think it was one of the first Nuggets baskets of the game. Jokic had it on the left block. They doubled him. Everybody shifted the defense over there. And Christian Braun had this unbelievable cut from the wing. The opposite wing. You don't usually see that cut. It's usually from the baseline or the top of the key. He came from the opposite wing, right down the lane, got the pass from Jokic and finished. And it's just plays like that. No doubt, take it to the rim hard, finish through contact. You're not worried about the foul. He's not worried about going to the line now because he's making enough free throws, so he's not scared of that. He's feeling confident in his 3. Everything is done with a purpose and direct to the rim.
Yeah.
Like, there's no wasted steps when Christian Braun is attacking the rim. You know, there's no wasted movement. He's going north-south. He's going in a straight line right to his target, and he's just doing it with a lot of confidence.
Let's real quick, though, get to our UC Health Live Extraordinary player of the game, shall we? Let's find out who it was. It could have been anybody.
What?
Oh, my gosh, it was Nikola Jokic.
Come on.
Look at that stat line. 28 points, 14 rebounds, 13 assists. The funny thing is, man, I'm telling you, if I was grading Jokic personally, I'd give him a B tonight,
Yeah,
a B minus,
yeah.
because he was spectacular and dominant. But he also was a little lazy and grouchy. Like, you could tell. I honestly worry about Jokic. He does not look happy out there, and there's a handful of plays. Do you remember the one where he got the ball stripped from Pirtle? Didn't even move. Just stayed in the backcourt. They went the other direction. He didn't even leave. Like, you never used to see that from Jokic. You're seeing it a little bit more, but at the same time, they're playing him 40 minutes. I think he's just like, I can't keep doing this, guys.
Also, a few times that there's been a turnover that has happened, he's benefited from the fact that he was essentially cherry picking by not running back.
Yeah. He is the Live Extraordinary Player of the Game presented by UC Health. If you want to join UC Health's Ready, Set, Go Challenge, click on the link in the show notes or go to uchealth.org/readysetgo. Let's take a break. On the other side, we'll continue breaking down this game.
Shout out to Bet365 because we love making money thanks to Superstar Dev. And we bet with Bet365 here at DNVR. Bet365, I don't know if you guys saw, they are now an official partner of the Denver Nuggets and Colorado Avalanche. And they are giving new customers in Colorado 2 months of Altitude Plus on them when you sign up. So super easy. Use the code DNVR365. Bet $5, $200 in bonus bets. And you get 2 months of Altitude Plus. You can watch Nuggets and Avs games on them, on Bet365. Shout out to Bet365. It's what we bet with that DNVR. If you tune into the pregame show, you hear Superstar Dev's bets. They're coming on Bet365. So download the app, use code DNVR365. Bet365, an official partner of the Denver Nuggets and Colorado Avalanche. New customers get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5 and 2 months of Altitude Plus. Sign up with the code DNVR365. Limited time offer, so sign up today, whatever the moment is. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 plus and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Also, shout out to Empire Today.
Oh, hell yeah.
Empire Today, the best in the business, the best place to go to get new flooring. Nobody beats them on quality, service, and speed. They're the quickest and the best, and they use the highest quality materials. They did our floors here in Studio A. They did a great job. Their philosophy is to help you find what you need, not overwhelm you with thousands of choices and substitutes. They have a really cool virtual floor designer. You can see how the floors will look in your home, office, wherever they might be, before you actually put them in. So Empire Today, it's your one-stop shop for all your flooring needs. You can schedule a free in-home estimate today. All listeners can get $350 off when you use the promo code DNVR. Restrictions apply. See empiretoday.com/DNVR for details. They're the best place to get new flooring. It's Empire Today. Nobody beats them on quality, service, and speed. $350 off.
Oh, man.
Check them out. Restrictions apply. See empiretoday.com/DNVR.
Here in a little bit, we're going to be hearing from Brendan Vogt live from the arena. By the way, very excited about that. I want to hear what Michael Malone had to say about his decisions tonight. You know, like, I'm very curious of that. So he'll be calling in live from the arena. Let's talk first, though, about Russell Westbrook. And I'll go to you first, Win, since you've been having to go last here. Westbrook had an interesting night. 21 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, but didn't close the game, and I absolutely thought it was the right decision. Like, how do you analyze this, his game tonight?
I think this falls under the category of good Russell Westbrook game so far for the Nuggets this season.
So was that good, or are you saying that's the scale of...
I think he was good tonight.
I think so, too.
I think he was a positive.
Yeah. He was literally, wasn't he?
And no, he was a -6.
All right, well...
It was a positive as a negative.
He was a positive to me. He got to the line 10 times, and that has been the most underrated aspect of Russell Westbrook so far.
Good
the
pull.
Nuggets are a team that never gets to the line.
Yep.
They really have never gotten to the line a ton in the Jokic era. This year, though, Russell Westbrook has gotten to the line 10 times, 8 times, I think, in another game. He might have gotten in double digits in another game as well. So he's bumping up the Nuggets' free throw numbers. He's getting to the rim. He's being aggressive. He's attacking. It doesn't always look pretty when he gets in there, but he's getting there.
like Russell Westbrook, you have to bake in some bad turnovers. You have to bake in some bad decisions. But there were a bunch of positives that he did today, including defending RJ Barrett just well enough on the game's final possession.
I thought he
so
fouled
RJ
him.
Barrett's 3 went halfway in and halfway out. But if you look at that play, Russell Westbrook played probably about as good a defense as you could ask for.
Russell Westbrook, when I watch him play, like high school
You're
Dev
Brad
had
Pitt
this.
in the meme.
High
Or
school
Ben
Dev
Affleck,
had this feeling in like 2008 when I used to watch a show called Scarred.
Sure.
They used to like break their legs and they would like they're skateboarding or like biking tricks and stuff. And I would just like every time they did something, it feels good, but it also is scary. Every time he's out there, I'm doing that. Like it's like watching Uncut Gems. Like I'm ready for the next scene.
I know.
But also I'm like, I don't want to see what happens.
I know.
Yeah.
He makes so many good plays, but he follows it up with so many bad plays. But then he does another good thing right after that. You're like, okay. He has bad turnovers. He has fouls on shooters that you don't. But then he makes a good pass or a finish that I didn't see coming. He's been finishing well around the rim. He's in a role that now he's scoring the basketball because Jamal's not there, where he feels he has to take that on. He's bringing that like leadership on the court in different ways. It's good and bad, but right now they're winning with him playing the way that he's playing. And I think putting him with the starters or just putting him with this unique group now allows other people to step up. Julian Strawther has stepped up with him not being, alongside him the entire time. I think he's trying to find ways to like play off ball, and that's why he's scoring a little bit more. But again, it's a good and bad with Russell Westbrook. But I like it. I like it at times.
It's so great. Dude, it is.
That show Scarred was kind of crazy if you
It
think
was
about it.
wild.
Yeah. That's like the kind of stuff they don't show you today, The
The
injuries.
good, make TV great again,
Just a TV show about people breaking bones.
Yeah, it's
I don't
also
like
called
it.
Jackass. It's the Russell coaster. He is insane. It really does. Like, he makes the most confounding plays. I used to revel in that as a Russ hater. That was before. That's
Yeah.
not me anymore. I'm reformed.
You've been bored again.
He's the same. I'm new.
Yeah.
Now, when I see the bad things he does, I look right past them and I wait for the good thing. But he really put his stamp on this game. I'm telling you, I've never seen this team run like this. It's unbelievable.
true.
He really put his stamp on this game. He really is pushing guys to give ultimate effort, and he returns it by making the most terrible plays I've ever just jumping right into the teeth of the defense. No plan.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. But then, he gives you just as many good plays. It's going to be this all year. But I'm just realizing, I'm truly realizing, we thought this, but it is his residual effect more than his direct effect. It is like what he makes these other young guys see in themselves, play with. If it's not going down, you don't try and make it look pretty. You just try to jam it down people's throats. And it worked. And, what are you supposed to say? But it's going to be like this. If you think it's going to be sweet, it's not going to be.
I don't even know how you game plan for.
You don't.
Russell Westbrook.
You don't for or against. What do you do? He's just
Really?
an agent of chaos.
He's making shots, so you're like, you can't just play off of him. But then he's like doing, he just does everything. I really think that he's such a random grenade at all times that his guys are backing him. His guys are ready for him to make those type of plays, and they don't hang their heads when he makes a mistake because he's playing so hard and other people are playing hard around him. You're not going to get bad effort from Russell or the guys around him when he's out there. He makes people play harder, and I think that's something that you need on the team. They need Russell Westbrook right now, and right now he's delivering.
Yeah. It was, you know what it was? It was the one stretch, and I don't remember, I think it was the second quarter. I was probably pretty sure because DeAndre Jordan was out there, where he either shot the ball or passed to DeAndre 9 possessions in a row.
Like
like
they were playing a
so
trick
many-
on all of us or something.
so many turnovers, too.
turnovers.
Stop passing to him, please.
Yeah,
Pass to anyone else.
Or he would shoot, he was like, okay, a couple times, I'll come down and just shoot with no passes this time. So he had a rough stretch that was really tough. But to your point, He brings it every night. It's almost hard to ever be upset at him because he just brings it. Like
if he's on your team, it's hard to be mad at him.
Yeah, and then on top of that, he did, to your point also, is he made great plays. He did some awesome stuff that really helped him win the game. But you were talking about running in transition. Christian Braun, Julian Strawther, even Hunter Tyson, those guys run hard in transition, and they wouldn't if we were walking the ball up every time. But Russ goes, and so they go, man, and they are so. It is a real weapon, especially at altitude. I think it's a real weapon.
Project Marathon, dude. Like they're just running. These boys are running.
Yeah. Let's talk real quickly though about Julian Strawther. 13 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Did stuff tonight. We always say Christian Braun. That's what he does. He just does stuff. Tonight he filled up a little bit of everything. Now, I'm worried about his defense. He's got to get better. He's really rough there right now. But his offensive game, man, he had that pass to Zeke that was beautiful. He has tough finishes in transition. He kind of has a lot of stuff.
He's making progress defensively. He got 2 steals in this game. I didn't think I was ever going to see a steal from Julian Strawther. I do think that they attack him a lot of times, but I really love the way he moves without the ball. He does not need the ball in his hand to be able to get going. He's cutting, so you're seeing the push shot. You're seeing him finish around the rim a little bit better. He's shot ready every single time that he's out there, but he creates spacing just because of like him being a shot ready guy that moves without the ball. So I really do like to see how fast that second unit goes. And with Julian being like the go-to guy, but also he doesn't have to put it on the ground. He doesn't hold the ball. He just wants to go. So you're seeing a little bit of everything, but I like the progression and the ability to play a little bit more. Played 25 minutes in this game.
Yeah.
You want to see more Julian.
I just feel like they figured out something tonight, the Denver Nuggets. They figured out that they can combine the chess maneuvering, very deliberate action, sort of high skill play of the starters with a callback, like hearkening back to how the Nuggets used to win, which is just run their opponents out of the gym.
Yep.
And the bench can be
Good
that.
old days.
And they don't try to mix and play the same way between 2 units. Like they have the horses to be able to just pull that off and like play like Ty Lawson used to play. Play like all those guys where you just absolutely run them back and forth and you remind them that they're at altitude and you take advantage of teams that come in and they're tired. And I really feel like something clicked, and I feel like this is going to be a strategy they employ moving forward.
Yeah. It's a good point about the pace. And, the little flashes you see from Strawther, it just kind of reminds you, and even a throwback to last year when we were way higher on, like, the second core of this team, like the young guys, is that him and Christian Braun and Peyton Watson, ideally in a perfect world, like they fit around the core 4 of this team so well. Julian with his offense and Christian with his two-way play now and Peyton with his defense. They can be such great fits around Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter, Aaron Gordon, those guys. And like on nights like this, you see that. You see how that can be the vision. But Strawther's exciting, man. When he gets the ball on the run and he's turning the corner, when he's streaking down the floor and you're like, okay, this can be a Julian Strawther 3, like that's exciting because he's kind of electric with the ball in his hands. He can do a lot of stuff. You kind of never know what's coming. Is he going to be a 3? Is he going to try to go all the way to the rim? He's just an exciting offensive player to watch.
Yeah, you talk a little bit about that pace that this unit has been going with. With Jamal set to come back, pretty soon, the Nuggets have had some success offensively with pushing the pace, specifically in that second unit. And also now with the starters of seeing a Russell Westbrook. My question to you is, Harrison, is do you think that they now look at this with now putting up more points, now getting a little bit more successful on offense? Do you think that they now try to push the pace a bit more with Jamal?
No.
Because that's a Jamal question?
Yeah. I mean, probably not. But I do think it can be a perfect combo of
It's got to be
the
both,
starters
yeah.
play how the starters play. We know how that goes. We know how lethal that offense is. But then you have a total change of pace with the bench.
Exactly.
Complete 180. And I think that can kill defenses, especially at altitude.
Yeah, I mean, Jokic, plus you don't want to play too fast with Jokic. Obviously, like, he starts a lot of the fast breaks with those outlet passes.
Yeah.
But he's not going to be up, like, those are going to be under 7-second possessions. Like, he's not going to make it up past the half court if you're playing that quickly. I mean, you can't play that fast with the starters. But, like, him being in there and just starting that chaotic pace, man, like, I really hope, and I'd be really surprised if that isn't just the hallmark of what this bench brings.
I think it is for another time being. I will say, I think Julian, like Peyton, how do you work your way in? Just do the defensive part. I know you want the offense. Just do that first, but do it at a high level. You'll be on the court. You'll earn it. I think with Julian, it's the same thing. I think eventually, right now, Russ, I think when he's with the young guys, kind of goes a little bit more, like usage goes way up. I think over time, though, Julian can earn some more touches, more respect, and a guy that he kind of looks for. And I think that's the key. All right, let's take a break. On the other side, I hear a phone call coming in from one Brendan Vogt. It's time to vote, people.
It's time for Brendan
tomorrow.
It's time for Brendan to mail in his vote.
Oh, man. Shout out to Westera Credit Union, founded in 1934 right here in Colorado with 9 locations in the Denver metro area. Westera Credit Union, they're all about helping their members financially prosper. Education is their thing. They were started by a group of 8 school teachers, so helping others, it's in their DNA. As a member, you see that come through in every interaction. It's all about the local community with these guys. Check out their Smart Money Checking. Smart Money Checking, you can get one of those accounts. It's awesome for those who want to make small balances, earn bigger returns. You can earn up to 6% annual percentage yield on your first $2,000 each month. That's up to $120 a year. Then your next chunk of cash make you 3% APY, and so on and so forth. If you like earning money by doing things that you're already doing with your checking account, visit westeracu.com/smartmoney for more details. Membership eligibility required. Insured by NCUA. Restrictions and conditions apply. We got a lot of events going on at DNVR. I want to point you guys into one in particular that you might be interested in. The Avs Takeover. November 15th versus the Capitals. What's cool about it? Well, you can watch hockey with Milan Hajduk.
Oh, man, the Duke?
The legendary Av. He's going to be on the takeover with us, hanging out at the bar.
We got to get this we got to get Fat Lever or one of these guys to come.
The Avs are raising the bar with their takeovers.
I know.
We got a legit Hall of Fame legendary Av.
If I don't shotgun a beer with Birdman this season,
I'll bet we can get Birdman.
He lives in Denver.
Yeah, I gotta find a way
See
to
him in
reach
Cherry
out.
Creek from time to time. So if you want tickets, thednvr.com. You can hit that QR code there on the screen, thednvr.com/events. Go to the Avs Takeover November 15th versus the Capitals with Milan Hajduk. That's pretty cool.
All right, it's time to vote. Let's bring in Brendan Vogt live from Ball Arena. Voting time. There he is. Let's go to
Voting
vote.
time
Oh,
tomorrow.
Did we lose him? Did his signal go out?
There
it
is.
Hey guys, what's up? Fun fact, I voted this morning. There we go. Look at that.
There you go.
Okay.
who'd you
All
vote
right.
for really quick?
Oh yeah.
What were you looking at down the ballot?
Come on, let's get it. Come on.
All right, here we go. Michael Malone, guys, was in a great mood. I don't know if it's because of the election, maybe neither here nor there, but he was in a good mood about the basketball. And the first question, well, you guys might be able to guess it had a lot to do with the young guys, the booth boys being out there to close with Jokic and Porter. And Malone said, quote, "We have a lot of young players. The more they're in those types of situations, it's only going to help their confidence and their development." Our guy Ryan Blackburn followed up about how much he's had to tanker already, Zeke, Hunter, all these guys. And Malone said this, Adam, I feel like you're going to love this one, so this is for you. He said, quote, part of it's fun, you know what I mean? Because Zeke is deserving of this opportunity. Hunter Tyson is deserving of that opportunity. Unfortunately, when you're completely healthy, you can't play 11, 12 guys. Or I guess you could. We just haven't done that. And so for me, when you're out there and I'm saying to myself, holy shit, we're out here with, I never envisioned this lineup being out there to close the game. But to your point, Jamal is out. Aaron gets hurt earlier in the game. I can't play Russ 40 minutes. He's a 17-year vet. And Julian just said, Coach, thanks for staying with me and believing in me. And I said, hey, man, you're going to have bad halves, but I'm not going to pull the plug on you after a bad half. So for me, it's fun. And seeing these guys, especially when you give a guy a chance and they step up and they play well.
I love it, man. I did like that one. You were right.
There you go. There you go. While waxing poetic about the young guys, he did at one point catch himself and say, the one thing I'll say is Hunter Tyson, he's on pace to break Rasheed Wallace's technical foul record. He needs to chill out.
Did he get a tech?
He did. Oh yeah, Hunter got a double tech with Hunter. Almost fought RJ Barrett like 60 seconds into his tenure on this.
I'm for this. RJ Barrett. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. That's good. Yeah. Seriously, man, he sneaky wants to fight people, and Malone kind of loves it. But he did say he needs to drink the chill out juice. On Julian, that's a tough slip up. On the big block, he said, hell of a block, the hustle, the diving, that's what we need to do. And he said the first half defensively from Julian was unacceptable. But he said the thing is Julian knows that. Julian's a guy who's coachable, who hears things, who listens to things, who works hard and works to get better. So he was really impressed with the way Julian closed. Peyton Watson won the defensive player of the game, Shane Fellas, for his big-time effort down the stretch. And then lastly from Michael Malone, this is on Aaron Gordon. And he says he's going to need to check in with the medical staff for a most recent update. But he also said this, quote, I'll be honest, I was a little surprised that he played the last game. Aaron's been dealing with bumps and bruises. Nothing too serious, I don't think. Nothing long-term, but I'll have to check with the staff. And we also heard from Russell Westbrook today, who is not necessarily buying the three-point shooting storyline. And he had this to say during a question about the shooting. He said, I'm going to stop you first. I don't know if it's a storyline. I think that's a you guys storyline. I don't think that's our internal storyline, to be honest. We just played the game the right way. We'll make shots as they come, and it was good to be able to hit shots. Peyton works on that every single day and at night. I've seen him make so many. So the confidence we have, Mike made a great pass to Peyton, who knocked it down. And Nikola made one to Christian as well. Just keep making and taking shots. We're always going to give ourselves a chance to win the game. On closing and the notion that he couldn't be played 40 minutes a game, Russ laughed that off right away and said, no, I'm in great shape. Never an issue for me. But he did not make a stink about not closing. It was a happy vet, Russell Westbrook. Very pleased with the way the young guys played today. And finally, on the importance of resiliency in an 82-game season, being able to survive the games like tonight. He says it's very important. It shapes you as a team. It shows you, we've been in this situation a couple times this year, and obviously you don't want to be in a lot of close games, but it's good to see that when we come together, when things get tight and adversity hits, we don't fall down. We don't look around. We come together and we lock in. Now we just got to make sure that we do that for 48 minutes. And perhaps the biggest treat of the night, fellas, Jokic, pre-shower, still in the flip-flops, still in the athletic gear, got out there pretty quick. So we did hear from Jokic.
Interesting.
I asked Jokic about, in the same vein as Russ, I asked him just how much he enjoys closing or playing with the young guys in those spots. And he says, I like to play with the young guys, to be honest. And then he laughed at himself for calling them young. He says, I guess guys who don't have lots of playing time, well, maybe some of them do. But I actually do enjoy playing with the young guys, seeing how they react. So,
heck yeah, Yoke. Do it, Malone.
I mean, look,
come on, play him with them more.
Look, it's the Raptors, but obviously the storyline, the headline tonight, that's a Booth Boys win, right? It's the Booth Boys, Porter and Jokic. And Jokic, I think, really, I think that was a real answer. I think he actually really did enjoy playing those minutes with those guys. So that was a nice vibes boost for everyone. On Russ, he says he thinks he's playing really, really good for them, especially with Jamal out. He likes how aggressive he is. He likes the way he's pushing the pace. So, yeah, he likes Russ so far. On Christian Braun and his hot start to the season, Jokic said, just play like this the whole season. Consistency in this league is something that people don't really think about, but I think it's one of the most important things in the league, which is kind of interesting. So consistency is Jokic's key word for Christian Braun.
What did
He didn't think.
He's
What's
trolling
that?
you.
No, never.
He's
Oh.
nothing.
Yeah, so there we go. Finally, on Christian, he said, on his relationship with Christian, Jokic said, I really appreciate him. He's playing hard. He's earning minutes. I really respect people who nothing was given to them.
That's
So
a
nice
great quote,
vibe.
man. That's a banger quote.
Very, very nice vibey win. Obviously, it was a little too close for comfort, but the way it ended, the young guys getting those reps, Jokic putting his stamp on those minutes. Just a really good vibe here as the Nuggets now move, unfortunately, to a really big hurdle, probably playing without Jamal and Aaron against a pretty good team.
Should be a tough one. All right, good stuff, Vogt. Look forward to seeing what you write about this one in the morning when we all wake up.
Great job voting.
Good job. Everybody get out the vote. All right, we'll see you, Vogt. I like the quote, man, there about Christian, man. And, you know, I like guys who have to earn it. Nothing was given to them. That's clearly him. He didn't even have the starting shooting guard spot this year. He had to earn it in camp. I like that. And I also just think Yoke likes playing with him.
Yeah.
I get a sneaky suspicion. When he says I like playing with the young guys to see how they react, I think that's part of it. But, like, Christian and Julian in particular, they know what they're supposed to do out there. When they make mistakes, it's because they can't do it, miss shots or not defend. But they know the spots to be in. I think Malone, more than anything, likes playing with guys who are in the right spots.
Yeah, in this game, Jokic was like screaming at his teammates, and we haven't seen that in a while. Like, this is where you should go. This is where you're supposed to do. Make sure you're cutting. Like, he was like telling them that often, and that's when he gets into coach mode. But also, it's teaching the young guys where they're supposed to be, especially with playing alongside him. So I really do think that this was a game that he enjoyed, of trying to make sure that they like know the process and where to go, because he might have to play with them at different times. They need to know what to do in those situations.
Yeah.
It's just probably fun to have people that bring energy.
I think that's it, too.
Like, you just
Totally.
you have a job for a long time, and then somebody comes in and they're like, "Hey," and they're doing stuff, and you're like, "Yeah, that's cool. Like, we wanted to do that, but like we couldn't last year." And it's
Right.
like fun to have new blood come in,
Yeah.
and like,
Well,
you
that's
know,
also part of the Russell Westbrook argument too.
It is.
just
Like,
new energy,
just
different
a
energy.
young 17.
Yeah, he's
year
not young,
player.
but he's new.
Yo, how can he be that energetic?
I don't know, man. Well, I tell you what, he's so lean. Like, in
Yeah.
person, that guy has like zero body fat anywhere on him. He is so lean, and I'm sure that's part of it. Ripped and lean. All right, let's get to our Super Chat scale. Do we have any?
Josh Barnett from Down Under.
By the way, did you guys... Well, there you go.
Update to the Melbourne Cup from the pregame show. The winner paid 100 to 1.
Dev's horse was fifth.
So a huge upset in the Melbourne Cup.
What number was that? Was it 15? Because if it was 15, we're gonna freak out.
Dev's horse got fifth.
It was probably, but I said 9. We should have bet 15.
Yeah, you
And I
choked.
thought about
your
it
mistake.
after.
You choked, yeah.
What an idiot.
CJ Jones, if you told me Jokic was a -1,
I know.
I would assume we lost by double digits, but the bench showed out. All the Nuggets are good. Keep it rolling. Hashtag vote.
Hell yeah.
Rock the vote.
Cole Bressler. This may not be the return of the
Milkmen.
milkmen, but this may be the emergence of the 2% boys.
I don't even get it.
I'm not sure I understand.
Gonna have to circle back on that one.
2% milk.
2%ers.
Let's realign on that tomorrow. We can have a
I
huddle.
feel like it's just talking about white players. It's gonna be Christian Braun.
Oh, okay. All right, maybe.
Peter Duck, things are looking up. Besides the injuries, LOL. Hope AG is back soon. Jokic had a sneaky mid-game, in his opinion, but Pirtle was just allowed to foul him too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Raptors fans very upset that there was not a foul in the last play. I'll bet the last 2-minute report says there was one.
I think that he.
You know what I haven't
thought
done
he
once
did
this
hit
year?
him.
Look at the last 2-minute report.
This year?
Well, I mean, I'm
I
not
do think
anymore.
Russ fouled him.
Yeah, might have.
Big Honey says that was a win for Project Dynasty. Shout
yeah.
out. All the young boys slapped Stepped up with Murray and AG out. Sorry, the text is really small. My
Really
eyes
small.
are not perfect.
Yeah, you can read the.
But that's further away, kind of. It's 5-5-5-5-5-ish. Real Zeke minutes.
We
Oh,
got
let's
some
go.
real ones.
Yes, sir.
I thought Zeke played some good defense tonight, by the way. I mean, his
What
low
about
lights,
that dunk?
his low lights, and he had a couple of them were really, really,
And the
really
attempted
low.
dunk.
But his defense was actually all right. I actually think this game was neutral. I'm all the way up to neutral tonight on Zeke.
He was nervous. I mean, like, every time he steps on the floor, he's like feels very much like he's playing for his NBA life.
How
Well,
do you
he's
miss a
got
two-handed
he's
got
got 40-something million in the bank, so he'll be okay.
all right. He'll be all right.
I know he'll be okay. Yeah.
Maybe he wants to get to 60, but
You guys miss dunks one hand, ball slips or whatever, but two-handed miss is so.
Well, Peyton and Zeke and Westbrook have missed dunks in spectacular fashion each.
But his defense, I thought he had some very good defensive moments in this game.
It was good.
Yeah, absolutely. 1932 minutes down, only 535-28 till 5-5-5. Booth boys win. Michael Pastor Jr. All the Nuggets are good. When we getting our first ATA? Great question.
The show keeps going long. We can't do it.
Great.
I know.
Tonight
There's
would have been a
too much
perfect day.
There's too
too.
much to talk about it. It'll come in a loser's lounge. I promise you.
Yeah, that's actually what it goes.
it should come later in the season.
Jordan M. Adam with that ESPN negativity lately.
Dude, people
Big
keep saying
market
this.
Adam.
People keep saying this, and
Negative.
I honestly don't get it. I always give you my unfiltered takes.
Big
the Nuggets
market
aren't as great
Adam.
as they have been in years past, but they can build towards it. I'm just telling
Big
you
market Mares.
7 games in, 4-3, and the bench is working out the kinks. Give it a second, would you? Congrats on the 100K.
Yeah,
Thank
I like
you,
an
Jordan.
insult with a little.
Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah.
So it's a compliment
Insult,
sandwich.
but then come around with a compliment.
Somebody told me that I was going negative. That's how I got my job at All NBA. That's how I got hired to that. So I'm like, guys,
Turns
that's
out
a job I created.
people don't know anything about this company.
They really don't know anything. I was like,
Yeah, you sound like that Buffs guy who tried to get D-line.
Yeah, they
fined.
try to. Yeah, I'm going to tell RK.
That was a funny one. Macaru. Since Aaron is out, is Hunter Tyson Mr. Nugget Jr.? No.
Yeah, it's not. You don't have
Good
to.
question. The answer is no.
Right. It's not like a pilot. There doesn't have to be a Mr. Nugget in place at all times. Yeah. Think we could be without a Mr.
If
Nugget
we
for
do
a
more
while.
than one Mr. Nugget, we're in too deep.
It means nothing if
Cedric
everyone's a Mr.
Exquisite.
Nugget.
Got my DNVR diehard pack. One love. Hope AG is okay. Thank you, Cedric. My
oh,
guy.
yeah, man.
Only a couple more hours left, I think,
Yeah.
to become a diehard for $4. Chuck Dickwell's burner.
$20.
You want me to
First
get
game
one?
this season. It felt like there is some potential with the bench.
Yes.
I'm just imagining Chuck Dickwell typing this out.
No, it's his burner. It's not him.
And it was a game to build on. Speaking of building something, want to hear a construction
I do.
joke?
Absolutely. Yes.
I'm still working on it.
Chuck
Very
Dickwell's
good.
burner.
Dude,
Very
we got
good.
you.
Very good
Boom
joke.
Plastic
roasted.
chunk, man.
Burner. Again, not
Miles
him.
yeah.
Fab 47 enjoyed this win with
Oh, yo, this is our
James.
homie. This was the guy this
is
is
Miles.
Miles that was
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
couch.
yeah, with him.
And he was
They were on
featured.
TV a lot.
I don't know if you realize this, man. You were on TV.
Oh, yeah, we were talking
over
about
and
this.
over and
A
over
lot.
in slow motion.
It was like the Pharaoh the other day. They kept going to because it was Miles.
You
today.
have to watch this.
whoever's in that seat. Like, that's the seat
Maybe
that
that's
just
what it
gets
was.
the
I'm telling you,
screen time.
they did it right. They were right behind the
They did it
Nuggets
right,
bench.
right.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
got kept on getting featured on it. Those
I'll
are the
clip it for
homies.
you later. I'll
He said
find
one
it.
experience,
Maybe I
Aussies
won't.
take ball arena. The PWAT 3 was loud. Everybody was saying that was a really loud
It
moment.
was.
Dude, that was an unexpected, awesome three, man. It was great.
Listen, when times are darkest, there's the greatest possibility for light.
By the way, it's really dark now. 4:45.
I don't think there's much possibility for light, to be, if I'm being real.
Hit that outro music, Kale. Guys, you already did. Guys, it has been a pleasure. This game,
What a game.
what a game, man. This game was honestly awesome.
I loved it.
Oh my
I loved
God.
it. I'm ready. My expectations were completely reset by the tarot cards. We're all learning to love basketball again.
I love it. We're
Wasn't
lovers.
that fun? That was fun, man.
It was fun, man. Everybody, thanks for hanging out with us into the wee hours of the morning. Do us a favor, hit that like button on the way out. We'll see you tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.